This is the Mr. Mike Agostinho, and you're listening to the Mr. Benfica Podcast channel.
That was pretty funny.
That was.
What's up, everybody?
All right.
We're going to do our best to...
Yeah.
I know last time someone asked how we were so positive, and it's because we've already cried.
Yeah.
Basically.
Portugal say goodbye to the World Cup. The United States says goodbye to the World Cup. Argentina are saved by the VAR once again. Mauricio and I were just talking how Switzerland advanced out of everybody, which should have been our opponent had we taken the group stage seriously. And so Derek, you want to go first tonight, I heard, and
Yes.
we'll start on something a little different tonight with Derek. Go ahead, man.
Do you want to start? You want to start out with Portugal, Spain, and then tackle?
Well, let's go to Argentina and VAR first. Let's have.
Yeah. So Argentina. Yeah. So we've seen it a lot in the media. I know Kasper Schmeichel.
Yes.
I enjoyed hearing his point of view.
I enjoyed
a lot of these guys
Yes.
are sort of like shocked or disappointed. But that's just another weekend of the Liga Portugal.
It really was.
happens at least once a
I go,
weekend.
don't these guys? The Fox announcer was like, "There's no way they're gonna call this back. That was a minute ago. He crossed the entire field." I go, "This guy has never seen."
You
League
have not
before.
watched the Liga Portugal. Because we see this kind of stuff all the time, where
All the time.
Every day.
where they're just allowing the VAR to dictate what went on. I think there was a lot of there was a disparity, obviously, because a similar thing happened on the game-winning goal. A similar scenario happened on the game-winning goal. But this time they didn't review it and they didn't bring it back. So when it's like that, when it's not for both teams, when it's only one way, that's when it leaves a pretty rotten taste in your mouth. But we could point out countless examples where this has happened in the Liga Portugal, and it's to the point I'm sort of desensitized to it. I'm like,
Same.
it's not a big deal.
Right.
Everyone else made a big deal out of it, but we see it all the time.
I've seen them roll the tape way further back than that to find.
Oh yeah. I remember. I don't know. A couple of years back, there was like they missed a throw-in. And then the play went on for 2 minutes. Sporting scored, and they brought it back because the ball was technically out 2 minutes ago.
Right.
Throw-in. I've seen stuff like that happen. It's not like yeah. So and I've seen similar situations where you see that quite often, where there's this obscure foul that happens at the beginning of a play. The goal is scored and then it gets brought back. That has happened more than once in the Liga Portugal.
Right.
For us, I don't think it was a surprise.
No.
No.
I sort of agreed with Kasper Schmeichel's take on it.
Yeah, I thought he had a
it
good
needs
take.
to be
Yeah.
it needs to be a clear and obvious error.
Yeah, we've gotten away from
and that was not a clear and obvious error.
No.
Right.
That's what it boils down to. It's just this, but clear and obvious is subjective. It's still it's still in the hands of the VAR and these interpretations. But yeah, I think that the clear and obvious is not really it's just a very loose interpretation of what that means, and we're going to continue to see stuff like this until there's more concrete rules. But it was just disappointing. I feel for Egypt. I really do feel for them. They should have scored 3 goals. And I think that the foul on Mo Salah was more That was more, that was more clear and obvious than what happened to Lisandro Martinez. Or I don't know. I just think that it just reeks of something. I think that it's how the Portuguese Federation, how we want to spotlight Ronaldo. I feel like I feel like the World Cup wants to spotlight Messi.
Yeah.
And they're looking at it from that from that point of view, where a World Cup with Messi is much better than a World Cup without him. So that's when you see weird things like this happen. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Argentina had been terribly convincing. They had a really hard time with Cape Verde. It looked like they were down and out with Egypt. I do think I mean, again, it's kind of funny too. Their draw has been paved.
It's been perfect for them.
Now they got Switzerland.
Yeah. Of all the teams left, that's the one you want. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, other teams that's the team you want to play. I mean, the semifinals, they are going to have to play somebody strong.
They'll
so
play England, but
we'll see.
Probably.
We'll see what they're made of. Are they in the side of England and Norway?
Yes.
Okay. Either one of those teams will put up will be tough to beat. So, So we'll see what they're made of. I mean, it isn't like the Argentina of the last World Cup was playing much more dynamic football. I know that they went to penalties with the Netherlands, but they dominated the Netherlands.
Right.
In that game.
Yeah.
They were always the better team. They were much better than Croatia, and then they were much better than France in the final. So I mean, but this just doesn't feel the same. So I mean, and anything can happen, especially now with the with the VAR and the refereeing. But I don't see Argentina winning this competition. That's my take on it. I said, I mean, I thought the whole VAR thing was bogus in this game. I think Argentina should probably be home right now, but it is what it is. But we'll see how things going. How things work out going forward.
You even saw Argentina miss a penalty in this game.
And they missed a penalty.
It's like they just don't. They're like the cockroach that just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
To their credit, to some extent as well, they are also putting the ball in the back of the net despite everything that is controversial. Messi finds a goal every time he plays. He's 38 years old.
Yeah. He's
our
38.
Old guy couldn't do that.
He's still a very dynamic player.
And for all his team plays for him when our team can't play for our guy. Basically, he gets all kinds of service. He gets 10 guys working for him. They know his job is to score the goal. They find and then he finishes well when he's given the opportunity.
Yes.
It's he missed the penalty, but he found a way to score. So I do have to give some credit to him, because I didn't expect this at 38 years old that he was going to be scoring deep into the knockout stages. This.
He's
I expected him to get penalties. I expected his goals to come from the penalty spot. But
they're not
from open play this
time.
No, they're coming from open play.
Yeah,
even more so than 4 years ago. So
no, he's.
I'll
he's
give him credit for that.
He's demonstrating that he's still a highly dynamic player. That can get involved. He can get involved. He can drop. He can make passes. He's excellent at getting into spaces. He's still quick enough. I mean, again, at 38 years old, it is, it's a marvel. So,
it really is.
It really is. It really is. He's, and plus he's not playing in a big European league either. So he's not facing the tough competition every week.
Right.
Yeah. He's still
when he needs to, he's still got it. Yeah.
He's still this damn good.
This game changed once Lautaro entered the game. When you can bring a guy like that off your bench, and when he starts, you bring Julian off the bench, you could pick your poison.
I take either of them.
Yeah, so once he came into the game, it changed everything. He was aggressive, and look at that cross that he made for that third goal. That's an incredible cross.
Filthy.
Incredible cross. And like Derek said, I feel bad for Egypt, because I think VAR should intervene on the jersey pull on the top of the box too, and they didn't for him when they were all griping for it. And that's a shame, because that's now twice, and I forget what game it was in the group stage, where Messi scored and there was a foul leading up to his goal.
The Austria game.
Austria. Thank you.
It was a clear foul. Yeah. It's a clear.
So it's
again, when we talk about this all the time in the Portuguese league, how there's how inconsistent it is.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it here too, you know.
Right. And VAR is nowhere to be found when McAllister basically punches the Egyptian player in the face. I mean, it's nowhere to be found.
Right.
We only see that after the game on social media that there was that play.
Yeah. No. It just it was eerie, you know. It was like, am I watching the Liga Portugal? You know, it was a pretty eerie experience.
It felt very
the whole social media
familiar.
thing now is the refereeing for that France-Morocco game.
They really
Argentinian.
How does talk about that for a second? Who at FIFA is making decisions like?
So this is the first game where it's an all same country. Every game in the World Cup, it's been a mix. But for this game, you decided to put an all Argentinian referee for that France
in a game
Morocco
featuring the biggest threat to Argentina.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It just opens the door for these types of conversations.
It opens the door
it's so avoidable.
Conspiracy theories,
it's so avoidable.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. You know, if a country's still in the World Cup, their referees should not be used in that round. It removed. I mean, there's enough. They're all equally bad. Let's be honest. None of these refs are really blowing anybody away with phenomenal performances.
No.
They're all equally like incompetent or whatever in different circumstances. Even if the referee has to be from a country that's eliminated. With VAR, it doesn't make that much of a difference anyway. I mean,
I know. It's
you're
sort of
reviewing everything anyway.
We thought it was only Pinedo, but
no,
I guess not.
He went to the same school as some of these guys. It's
like you're right. What you just said, Mikey. It should be referees from countries that have been eliminated.
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Then there's no vested interest.
No. Think about it. As you go further, more and more good referees in theory will be available.
In theory, will
fewer teams remaining. Right. You'll still have a top
I know that.
For the
I
final.
understand they want to go with a different continent because you got Africa versus Europe, so you want South American. Hey, you get a Brazilian or a Colombian or what have you. You know, is what it is. But
there's plenty of CONCACAF referees available. Go ahead, good.
They're all open now. They're all available.
They're all available.
All available.
They all
that should be a topic of discussion.
48 hours.
I mean, in my opinion, Portugal's performance in the World Cup was an F. I give it an
F.
I
agree.
That was a complete failure.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I would give the United States a D+.
Until this game, I was really believing in them.
I mean, if you look back on it,
if you
look back on it, I think this is highly disappointing. I think it's a highly disappointing World Cup for the United States. First up, you're playing at home, which is a massive advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if you look back at 1994, this team, it had a signature win. They took out Colombia. They beat Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to the round of 16. They lost to Brazil admirably 1-0, and Brazil went on to win the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was 32 years ago. So this was sort of like a measuring stick here. This team did not record a signature win.
I would say the Paraguay win 4-1.
Are people going to talk about the win over Paraguay? I mean,
I would say so. Look what Paraguay did the rest of their run.
You watched France Paraguay.
I know they kicked France.
I mean, Paraguay did not play football.
They didn't. I know.
They weren't there to play football. I believe they used the same strategy with Germany. Again, I don't really regard Paraguay as I regarded Colombia back then. I think Colombia had a pretty good team in '94.
Colombia at that time was almost a favorite to take.
Yeah, they had Faustino Asprilla. They had Valderrama. They had
Alvarez.
That was a good team. That was a signature win for the United States.
Yeah.
So then 32 years later, we wanted to see the progress there. And I mean, Australia. No one's going to remember Bosnia-Herzegovina. I mean, this was their chance against a team. I'll remind you. I don't think Belgium really came into this World Cup as a favorite team. They're sort of they have not really made much an impact on the international stage, courtesy of our friend Roberto Martinez over the last few years.
Yeah, let's see how long
the last World Cup. I think they went on the group stage. So they're walking into this aged. You got De Bruyne, who didn't even play. But he's aged. So is Lukaku. This isn't.
Wait. Lukaku didn't play all 90 minutes every game. You're saying?
yeah. I know. So these guys. I don't think they came. I honestly, I guess I'm really disappointed because I honestly did believe the United States was going to win this game.
I did too. I was more
gutted
gutted after that game.
I just felt that Belgium was just this aging team that was on its way down.
Right. Yeah.
Then that happened. I think it's a massive disappointment. They were flat out outplayed. I was really surprised.
Juvenile mistakes. The mistakes were
juvenile mistakes, absolutely. But Belgium really took it to them.
Yeah, and they didn't have an answer.
I think
they really took it to them. I was surprised that Belgium played the way the posture that they played the way that they did. They played a very attacking football, until they secured the lead.
Rudy Garcia made some interesting changes too, and he saw something and he exploited it.
He did, you got a real coach that analyzed.
The U.S.'s wingbacks do get too high. I've always thought they get too high, and they leave too much space in there, and then. If you've noticed, Andrew Freeman was getting pulled almost to the point of being a left back. There was gaps everywhere, and the first 2 goals came from that side where was it Jedi or was it who's playing on the? It was on the right side, so it was. I'm freezing now, but it was Anthony Robinson, right? No, Serginho Dest.
Serginho Dest.
So he's playing almost as a forward.
He was getting lit up.
Yeah,
Luka Bacchio is getting all kinds of all players is getting all kinds of time.
Trossard was making an impact.
Trossard was great.
Trossard was great.
That first goal, he just found the space. The ball was delivered. He put it in. The second one, he just outworks Tim Ream, who's 38 years old, and that makes you wonder. Maybe this was a little bit too far.
In the Liga Portugal, that would have been a foul.
Oh, absolutely. That would have 100% been a foul. Anytime.
In the Liga Portugal, it doesn't count.
Anytime the defender's off balance, the referee calls a foul. If they both go up and the defender loses his balance in the air, that's it.
But and plus, De Ketelaere is a lightly regarded striker.
And the
by
worst
any stretch, this is a prolific striker.
The worst part was it was 61 seconds after Tillman tied it.
Yeah,
it looked like he'd recovered. Okay, we're starting over now. 1-1. Let's play the game.
That was
done in the first.
No, right there.
It came right down and went right back ahead, and then Matt Freese really.
And they were and we were terrible. A little fortunate. The tying goal was a little bit fortunate too. There was a deflection.
Oh, of course.
I think Courtois did have that covered. If it didn't hit the.
It hit the wall. It hit the wall. And
it was just I don't know. It wasn't good enough, man.
It's that little bit of luck that could have turned the game, but they didn't hang on to that.
I do think the whole pregame thing didn't help either.
No,
I think you ended up firing up. You fired up Belgium, and you got a lot of people against you.
Yeah. It fired up. It put the entire world against the United States, who had the entire world was behind them in the first.
Was sympathetic towards them, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I don't know from the end, but something was wrong right from the first kick. Freese had to make that save in the first couple of seconds. Yeah, and something. Carly Lloyd said it in the post game. She was worried because right in the first 30 seconds, she could see something was different, and she was right. I thought she was right about that.
Yeah, it was the energy, absolutely.
That first goal, if you look, everybody's kind of freezing.
Yeah, there was timidity. Absolutely,
there was so much timidity in the box. We hadn't seen that in the first 4 games, and suddenly nobody's sticking their foot in, and nobody
really saw Belgium take it to him.
Yeah,
Luka Bacchio said something after the game. He said that they felt disrespected. They kept hearing all the noise. All the U.S.
I think it was they were motivated.
Yeah.
It's just like after what happened, they're like they already wanted to beat him. Now they really want to beat him.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's going to end up happening. That's how I got it. Luka Bacchio was fantastic. Trossard was. Tielemans really controlled the midfield.
He's a great player.
Tielemans was outstanding. And I always thought Tielemans was a good midfielder, but he was of the world in that game. So it was just odd. I'm just really disappointed how it went down. You're never going to you're going to have to wait another 32 years to play at home.
12.
Yeah, or 12.
2038, it'll be back. I have a very strong feeling.
Possibility, yeah. So
because of the rotation schedule, it'll be back in CONCACAF in 2038.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll get another crack.
And with all the money being made, they're going to want to come do it again.
Oh yeah,
it's very projected.
And they'll add more teams. You just watch.
Yeah.
By then, you can almost play the entire tournament in indoor stadiums because of all of the stadium projects in this country in the next decade.
Oh man,
Nashville, Cleveland, Chicago, everybody's going indoors.
Everyone's going indoors. So you don't have to deal with. Yeah,
you don't. The weather will be less of an issue. And to be honest, the weather hasn't really been an issue outside of 1 or 2 games. It's been in Mexico.
With the thunderstorms, yeah.
More so in Mexico though than it has been in the United States. So
yeah.
I think. If I'll give them credit, they figured out the scheduling of it and staying away from those mid-afternoon games outside. So
the
hottest games were played indoors.
I think it's a failure. I don't know. I thought the United States and Portugal, their World Cups, I think were failures. I think that the teams do have enough quality to go a little further. Especially
I agree. I'll agree with
Portugal.
Especially, I was going to say, and let's get to that because I think that's what most of anybody tuning in wants to hear is about Portugal. Yeah. And for me, I agree with you, Derek. This was an F. I mean, I feel like this was a complete waste of a World Cup.
Yeah.
We completely wasted a talented team in a favorable country. Almost every game, Portugal, outside of the Colombia game, were much more supported than the opponent.
Yeah,
sure, they were from India, they were from Bangladesh, but they were wearing Portugal shirts and they were cheering for Portugal.
We're cheering for them,
And we didn't take advantage of it at all.
No.
These were piss poor performances. I can't really call it.
From game one,
it's not a good game.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of efficiency. They finished well for a little bit, but it wasn't a good game. And not at no point in this World Cup did they look convincing. At no point they look like a team who we all, everyone thought had a chance to make a run to get to the final. Yeah. We looked like a team that was happy just to qualify. And Martinez said it. I don't know if we want to start talking about Martinez before the game or after, but we're not here to win the World Cup is essentially what he said. I know he meant in the first game, but still that Freudian slip,
that set the tone.
It sets the tone.
It does.
It sets the tone. They treated the group stage like it was preseason.
Right.
And they were not sharp. Even in the win against Croatia, I found it to be incredibly low. It was not great. It didn't convince me. That Croatia game, sure, we advanced. It did not convince me we're going to go beat Spain at all. It didn't increase my confidence at all.
No.
I missed most of this game. I watched it today. I was telling Mauricio, I watched it today. Yeah. I missed most of it because I was at work. And to be honest, I wasn't even looking at it because I had a feeling of what was going on. And then I tuned in on my break. It was 10 minutes to go. And I said, like I said, sarcastically, just in time to see Spain score. And then when it happened, I had zero surprise. Like I said, oh, there it is. I knew it was coming. You could see it. You could
especially if you watched the second half in its entirety.
Yes. And now that I've seen it, you're right. It was all going in that direction.
It was, It was so... Again, there's just no urgency. They didn't play with pace. There was no pace in the game. There's no energy. There was no creativity. There was just absolutely nothing. It did show. I mean, after Spain had scored the goal, those last 5 minutes were
the best moments of the game.
Those were the best moments of the game because they finally decided to attack.
Well, what
they
kind of approach
finally decided to get vertical.
Yeah. What kind of approach is that to take into a World Cup?
But did you see the Spanish defenders were all the way up the midfield because they knew we have a 41-year-old forward that's not going to run by anybody.
Right.
And we have wingers that aren't going to run by anybody. Yeah. And that's why when we said the lineup before the game started, we all said, we need Leão, we need Conceição, we need wingers against these guys.
Break lines.
That's why in the second half, they pretty much just broke us down because then they're like, they're not going to beat us. We might as well play man-to-man back there because they're not going to take us one-on-one. And that's what happened.
Again,
Bruno. It was a matter of time.
Yeah, Bruno was miles away from the net, miles away from the final third.
Really disappointing World Cup for Bruno.
Super disappointing. I mean,
I really hoped he was going to emerge here. And really take the leadership role in this team.
I mean, him and Bernardo are so highly regarded in the best league in the world.
Exactly.
And their World Cups were just absolutely deplorable. They were laughable. You have
the entire midfield gets an F. I think.
Yeah, the entire midfield. I mean, I thought Vitinha was awful.
Yeah, he really was.
I he was awful. I mean, and the guy just won the Champions League. I don't know. This is just tough to just process. I mean, when you have guys like guys like Ruben Diaz, you have guys like Bruno Fernandes, you have guys like Bernardo Silva, you got Pedro Neto. These are all guys that play in like top clubs in the Premier League.
Yes.
Then you have 3 other guys who just won the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like to just sort of echo what you said. They approach this thing as like, oh, we're not real contenders here.
This looked like a summer tour. They were on tour.
We're not really going to push this because we're not here to win the World Cup.
Right.
It was that's just the impression that you got but you have all these tools, you have all these pieces that are that would be star. That would be like there are players on Portugal's team that would be the star on tons of other teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, just if you look at the paper, if you look at where these guys play, what teams they play for, what competitions they're involved in, they should have done way better than this. I mean, this is just such a disappointment, and it's also an indictment. It's also an indictment on the Saudi Arabian league. If Ronaldo can go and score 30+ goals in this league, and then João Felix gets another 27 goals or whatever. What kind of league is this, man? You saw their national team; they were piss pathetic. Right. So I don't know. I think the league for me now. I look at that Saudi Arabian league as a trumped up recreational league. I think okay, they're attracting all these stars, but what kind of effort are these stars putting in? What kind of pressure is there to win, to go for the win, to go for glory? It doesn't exist there. This is just a place to collect a paycheck.
It's a job. It's a job.
It's all it is. Yeah. There's no real.
They go there the way we go to our jobs. Do we really care what our company does?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't.
Yeah, same here.
I have no hostility towards FedEx. Like I don't care. It's like.
Yeah.
I clock in and I clock out. That's kind of how they did. They clocked in. And
that's what they did. Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, the boss isn't really demanding much, so let's let's get through these 90 minutes and go home."
No,
it resembled that.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's just we all said this before the World Cup. I know I said it. I don't know if you guys said. We said we had the team for it. The only way we don't look good or don't play well is if the coach messes this up, and it's really hard to do that. He made it look real easy messing it up.
He pulled it off,
and it's him, and it's the aggressiveness and everything. It's like. So when they do that whole report on the media about, you guys are just on the beach and you guys get upset, and how does it look like now? Now it looks like you guys did go there just to enjoy the beach and didn't really care or anything like that. And then you want to attack the media and then people forgetting on you guys. But then it's like you guys go on the field and you guys don't show anything. Like
nothing.
No aggressiveness to get a shot on the goalie. Not even a cross. That's what bothers me the most. Not even a good cross, like besides Leão when he enters the game, he actually or Conceição or somebody. Besides that, those starters did not. Everyone was sleepwalking.
Yeah, you got to look at this team created very few opportunities.
Yes, very few.
Yes. If you look at the 5 games,
right,
they really did not. I mean, even against Congo,
exactly.
I think that was a glaring red flag. Like that
was.
That performance right there really should have like shook him into action, but there was no reaction to it. That for me, that was just a giant red flag that game. That it showed that there's something that wasn't right here, and it needed to be corrected. But no, they didn't bother trying to correct it. They just stayed the course, and and then this was a natural ending to the way they played. I mean, just again, if you're gonna play this poorly, you're gonna go out. Like, simple as that, man.
Exactly.
That's how I look at this World Cup. I don't know. I just feel that it was just a wasted World Cup, a complete F.
Complete waste, exactly.
Waste. Yeah.
I feel like it's complete wasted energy and everybody that got behind him too.
Yeah,
you got nothing in return for this. Like, I mean, I know Nino was really the one that was high on them. Remember, the three of us were kind of grounded about this. We were like, we've seen this story before. We've seen these expectations. But 0.26 XG in the first half.
Yeah.
A quarter of a goal.
Yeah, no, it's
2 shots on target. I believe they were both right at. One was Ronaldo's little flick where off of Felix's header. Right. Yeah. And the other was
the Nuno Mensch ball off the crossbar. That was it.
Right, that was deflected onto the crossbar.
It's almost like, looking back on it, I think it would have been a good thing if Orizabal scored. I think this could have been a totally different game.
Yeah, Derek, they needed to go down early.
Derek. I think it would have helped. I think it would have helped the damn team. You know,
it's almost like Spain knew, because we had the Nations League final a year ago, and Spain went ahead, and Portugal woke up. It's almost like they said, "Let's save it for later this time."
Yeah, it could have been, but I mean, if he
buried they play away.
Could have changed things.
Yeah, they play away, because Spain didn't impress me all that much either. To be
honest,
not
at all.
They didn't do anything out of this world, but
I think they took more
goal in this tournament.
Yeah, I think they did take a little bit more initiative. I think
they took a little bit of initiative
more than
they do this thing of playing slow a lot better than Portugal does. You know,
they do
a lot better. It's in their nature. Portugal's forcing it. That's the difference. Portugal is getting away from what they are to play this brand that's, to be honest, beneath this level of player. These players don't even have the characteristics to play like this. To sit in deep and just wait and wait and wait, and then to pass sideways, pass back. And I don't know, useless possession, like we've called it against weaker teams. Well, against Spain, it's a little bit harder to do that, but
I was just more annoyed that Rodri was just getting his way
all game.
Like Derek said, we have 3 quality midfielders, and he's just doing whatever he wants against all 3 of you. And it's a guy who didn't even play a full season. I get it. Maybe it's
do you think
pressure, but
do you think we could have used the Palhinha to counter something?
I said that before the game. I said, who's going to...
You think we could have used the Palhinha? You didn't even make the squad.
I know. That was a mistake.
This guy is an absolute clown, man.
He brought a 4th goalie, though.
Goalie, though.
For training purposes.
Come on, man.
This is what I'm... Yeah.
The other thing that bothers me is the corporate speak. They sound like an HR department. All of the players, the coaches, they all say the same shit.
They're all coached.
They're all saying
coached,
it. And I think that's going to segue to something we were talking about in our text earlier. It's Quaresma just calling them out on all the BS, which I think everybody loved seeing. Because it says, no, you didn't do this. No, you didn't agree with
anything you just said.
Right. And you look at Ruben Dias's face, and he knows it. He's saying what he has to say because it's his job, but he knows what the truth is, and it's not what's coming out of his mouth. It's what's coming out of Quaresma's mouth. They were embarrassing, to be honest. I think they were embarrassing this tournament.
No, there are very few bright spots. I mean, who comes out of this looking good?
Nobody. Who increased their their transfer value?
Another thing they could have done again.
Maybe
they didn't understand that they needed to change things up. You know, you have Renato Vega. What does Gonçalo Inácio possess? He possesses the long ball passing.
Yeah. Right.
You know, again, try something different.
Right.
You know, he could have given you these long balls. He could have hit Rafael Leão or whatever. You know, he's an extremely effective long passer.
Right.
Long ball passer.
Right.
You know, that could have added another element to the game. There was just no creativity. There was no imagination from this coach.
And I'm not saying this because I'm a Sporting fan.
No, I'm not saying because I'm a Sporting fan either.
But has been a dominant player in our league and even in Champions League, and you don't use him at all when it's a guy that create an opportunity, a goal, a cross, or a shot. And you don't give him a chance at all.
Yeah. You use Pedro Neto to, he goes out there for 60 minutes and produces very little.
I swear, if he stops and hesitates on a cross one more time, I was going to freak the hell out. Like, that's all.
Yeah, he didn't really add much to the game.
No.
You could have changed all 10 outfield players for this game, and there wouldn't have been a valid argument against it because of how they played.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you really could have played a completely different 11, and it would have been warranted given how the first 4 games were played.
Yeah. I mean,
at that point, if you were going to play for a tie against Colombia, you should have just done that.
Well, was that supposed to be a dress rehearsal for Spain? Did he already decide they were going to go on that side of the bracket and just try to go to penalties every game?
Yeah.
So they were going to practice that against Colombia?
I mean, he wanted penalties against Croatia. They got that fluke cross.
They upset him by winning in regulation.
He wanted penalties there.
Yes. And he wanted it yesterday as well.
He wanted it yesterday
as well.
Yeah, it's just...
That was the plan, to go through all the 5 knockout stages in penalties. I mean, the likelihood of getting, if you get through penalties once,
it's like a throwback to 2016, the 2016 Euro.
Did you hear what he said? It was kind of obvious too. Like, we all see it with our eyes. Then he goes, "We thought once we get him in the extra time, we could push him on." So you were playing for it the whole time.
They're playing for it. It's a complete lack of ambition.
Like, once you say that, it's like, so you didn't try to win it in regular time, because if you did, instead of bringing in who you brought in, you should have brought in a second forward like Ramos, like when they brought in Marino to go up top, if you're going for a win or something, and you didn't do that. Like, this guy.
I don't know. I feel like this something needs to change with this direction of this team. It sort of started with 2016, and it still lingers.
You know what it did? It gave a false sense of everything is good, and there was a lot wrong with 2016.
There was a lot wrong with 2016.
Yeah,
that was probably the poorest. It was the poorest display of a winning team.
Maybe.
I mean,
remember
we tied our groups. We tied
all the way through.
We tied all of our games.
Yeah, we won our first game in the semifinals.
And then we beat Croatia in extra time.
Yeah,
Poland was penalties, right?
On penalties.
And then you got lucky and you got Wales.
You got Wales. How many times are you going to go to the semifinal and get Wales?
So I mean, if you just look at the end result, you think everything is wonderful. But
I think that's what the FPF did.
But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Because
I mean, the 04 team that made it to the final, that was a golden team, man.
Yes.
From
they 2000 to 2006, excluding 2002, excluding those 3 games,
and the 06
that team was lights out.
Right. Yeah.
I was thinking about this.
They made the semis, absolutely.
I was actually thinking about this, right? Portugal don't qualify for the World Cup forever. In my life, I was 19, I think, in 2002 when I finally saw them with my eyes play at a World Cup, and not just black and white videos of 66. I know they went in 86, and there was the Santillo courtesy debacle. But But in 2002, Portugal go in, and instantly everyone thinks they're going to win it because 2000 was so good.
Right.
That team in 2000 was so good.
They were so good
in the Euro, and it doesn't go well. It's their first World Cup. They brought. They ate salt.
They were shell shocked
in a humid climate. That was a smart decision. They did everything wrong, from what they ate to how they trained to how they traveled. Everything was wrong. They fixed it. They brought in Scolari, and he set the ship right.
Yeah, he did.
For 2004, 2006.
Credit where credit is due.
That was a peak.
Right.
It was. I mean, I thought 04 and 06 were great.
That was the hype for me now, looking back. We didn't know how good it was.
They went down that penalty kick to France in 06.
We thought we were always going to be on the ascendancy after that, but that 06 was really the peak.
What Derek just says, the one that hurts, that penalty kick with France, that's the one that hurts.
Yeah, with Belgium, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and that's when France was super strong.
Oh yeah.
They won it in '98. They won the Euro in 2000. They were they were world-class team.
Absolutely.
They lost the World Cup final, but they were the better team.
Right.
That team was stacked, and we went toe-to-toe with them. That was Portugal at its finest.
To me, yes.
Yeah. Portugal's finest. I mean, they never really duplicated that.
No, I don't think any whole World Cup since 2006 really holds up to 2006. 2010 was a disaster with Carlos Queiroz, and it went a lot like this one.
Every time
you beat North Korea, but you can't beat anybody else, and then you run into Spain and you lose 1-0. Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
2014, we know what happened there. 18 was not that good. I mean, yes, we won in the Euro in 16, but we just said that, there was a lot wrong with that, but it all got papered over nicely.
It did by winning. Yeah, the trophy at the end, but it didn't.
Right. And then, 2020 Euro 2021, it was already getting bad. We go out to Belgium in the round of 16, right?
Yeah.
World Cup in Qatar, we play a decent game here or there, but then we lose to Morocco, a team we should have beaten, with all due respect.
Yes.
Similar.
Don't bring me back to that.
And the last Euro wasn't that great either. It's like, we never.
The last Euro was
We never hit that level again, and it's been 20 years since 2006.
The Morocco game, I feel like Morocco's better now than when they were.
They are.
Yeah, they are better.
I agree.
Yeah, they're definitely better now. Yeah. But no, I think that's something that we have to talk about. I mean, this even 2016, it wasn't pretty.
No.
We got the trophy at the end, but it wasn't pretty. I think that was sort of a warning sign. That there's something not quite right. It's just the quality of these players, the teams that they play for, it's not commiserate with what they do when they get together and they play under the Portuguese flag.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's just not.
It's almost like you got to bench some guys and maybe put some of the hungrier guys, like how we used to back in the day. So the guys from like the Porto and the Sporting, the ones that want to make a name for themselves, that want to put. Maybe you got to mix it up. Maybe a Vitinha has to sit down, or a Bruno Fernandes, and maybe guess what? It's not about you. It's about guys, and it's about the team. Now, guys that are hungrier.
He needed to do something. He needed to do something.
He needed to make a hard decision, and he never did.
But he that's just not him.
No, he just doesn't do that. He just goes with the status
quo.
quo,
with the flow, and that's that.
Well, that leads us now to the new guy. Then, do you think Jorge Jesus will do that?
I don't know. That's a big question mark, man.
I know. And that's
there's no guarantees this is going to work.
He'll be 75 years old at the next World Cup.
Yeah.
Jorge Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not. This isn't the Jorge
with great hair
of like
great hair.
15 fantastic hair.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah.
He'll give the Switzerland coach a run for his money on the hair.
But I mean, you think about Benfica and in the 4 titles in a row. That was like
it was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It's a long time ago.
It's somewhat the same.
Someone his age isn't going to have that kind of energy that he had, during that title run. So because he came back to Benfica, we all know what happened. So
it didn't go well.
This isn't guaranteed. I mean, I think is it the right choice? Probably. I mean,
it's probably the best.
Who else is going to go?
Well, this is the thing. The worst part that happened was Real Madrid taking Mikey's coach, because if he was still at Benfica, and I feel like if Portugal approached him, he would have left Benfica for the Portugal team.
Well, that was always going to be the exit. I mean, he made sure to leave that door open. But would he have been any better? Madrid. I don't know. After seeing a lack of ideas,
would he have been any worse?
No, it might have.
But
how are we going to get any better?
I could have told you, the day after they hired Martinez, this wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, Martinez, right from the get-go, I knew this was not going to work. I mean, this guy, he's demonstrated that he's incapable of doing it.
So how about this with you guys? The rumors were it was either Jorge Jesus, Bale, or Sergio Conceição. Those are the only 3 that I've read that I heard.
I like the last 2 better than Jorge Jesus,
but I do too. I think Conceição would infuse energy.
I think Conceição.
These guys would fight.
That's the guy I want to see, because exactly they would have
at
come out and left it all on the pitch this World Cup.
If they lost for the national team than what he did for the club team.
Conceição's a tournament manager. He's a cup manager, and that's exactly what you need in the international game, because you have to be good for a month, not over nine months.
Yeah, no, that would have made more sense, I think.
But it sounds like Pedro Proença probably wanted Jorge Jesus all along.
Probably.
He's basically said he'll have he literally lands in Portugal and says he'll have a news by the end of the week. So,
right.
Yeah.
Unless it's gonna be Lito Vidigal coming out.
No, it'll be JJ. I mean, yeah,
it'll be JJ. I can't.
Yeah, he's done.
I don't
he's
see.
Done this year.
Yeah, our boy Fabrizio already said it, so it's gonna be.
Yeah,
JJ.
Yeah, it's a done deal. I think. Yeah, it's a done deal. We'll see, man.
There's probably been an agreement in place for a while, and at least unofficially.
Yeah, hopefully.
What I don't like now is that Proença is giving comments and he's talking about, oh, this wasn't my guy. Now that it's popular and now that it's easy to say that and he failed, now you're stepping on the guy when he's already under down. The tires. Yeah. Like you're kicking the guy when he's down. Honestly, a good leader, a good president would have sacked him in spite of the Nations League and said, "You're not my guy. Thanks, but I got to go in a different direction." I don't even think that would have been terribly unpopular.
No, I don't think so. No.
I don't think though. It may have looked bad to the soccer world, to other federations, to the press, but I don't think any Portugal fan would have been upset if he had said, "Thanks, but your time here is done. You're not my manager."
It was.
Say that to Tunisia, who fired their coach after the first game.
Right. It should have been right after the Nations League. Yeah, we won, but we're going in another direction. This isn't good enough. You haven't been good enough. Yeah. You're just not my guy, and this isn't going to work. Sorry, but here's the rest of your contract. Take your money, and we're going in another direction. We could have done that. Yeah. Mourinho was available at that time.
Yeah.
So
he
didn't do it. So
I think
George Jesus was available at that time too.
This guy should have been an absolute last resort. This guy has demonstrated that he's incapable of doing it. I mean, it was sort of like when Sporting brought back Zappazeiro.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What are we doing? That's the same feeling I got when Portugal hired Martinez. It's like,
that's a good analogy.
Like, why are we doing this? How could you do this?
Right.
There's just no optimism right from the get-go.
Right.
And he goes ahead and confirms my lack of optimism.
I think it went worse than even we imagined.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
I thought the group stage, at least, we were going to get 7 points, and
I thought we would finish first. There was no doubt.
Yeah, if we didn't finish first, it would be because Colombia scored more goals against Uzbekistan or something like that.
Right. Right.
Not
but
because.
I mean, if you look at the teams on paper, Portugal looked like the much more formidable opponent than Colombia does.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, there are a bunch of guys there that James Rodriguez. Are you kidding me? Quintero couldn't hack it at Porto. These are guys. Santiago Arias couldn't hack it at Sporting.
Cucho Hernandez was playing in the MLS 18 months ago.
These are guys that couldn't hack it in the Portuguese league.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have guys playing for Manchester City, Manchester United, PSG. So if you look at the two teams, Portugal are much more formidable opponent, but Portugal looked, tickled pink when they ran out of there with a tie.
Yeah, there was just no fight, absolutely no fight in this team, and that's where I think Sergio Conceição, that's the one thing he can fix. I don't care about the tactics. You don't need tactics with this group.
You don't.
I think it's bad when the only guy that comes out of this smelling like roses was Diogo Costa.
Yeah,
that's bad when your goalie's your best player. That's
3
always
games
a
in a row.
sign. Always a bad sign.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you didn't play 3 world beaters.
No.
It's not like you played France, England, and then Spain.
No.
And he was still, we called on him more than we should have had to.
Yeah.
It is disappointing because now you got to wait 4 more years, and I don't know. How is this going to get better? I don't know. Maybe JJ.
I don't know.
Well, listen, we won't know until we see him at the Euros.
Yes, because we're probably going to go win the Nations League again with JJ now.
Oh, don't say that again.
I'm going to tell you why. Because he's going to come in and that early jump with the new coach, they'll coast through the group.
Yeah.
They take it more seriously than anyone else. They take it more seriously than the World Cup. Let's be honest.
I'm hoping guys can make a jump. Now a guy like a Matheus Fernandes getting that big deal and now getting the opportunity. I hope Aguinda shines at Chelsea. I hope there's fresh blood because we need it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm hoping these guys, like Rodrigo Moura, I hope he gets loaned out because I need a guy I need these young guys to step up. I need some young, because we saw with these older guys, and it just wasn't it. And it's almost like that Euro when Scolari was starting Figo and Rui Costa, and he was like, you know what? This ain't working out. I'm going to put in the young Cristiano Ronaldo because I need some energy, and this dude can run all day. That's what we need. We need to switch this up.
Yeah, we do need
to some guys and just let's go.
And it needs a shot in the arm. Absolutely.
Yeah. What Scolari did after the first game of Euro 2004 is what should have happened after the Congo game.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like I said, it was a giant red flag, and they didn't take
the warning signs were everywhere. He thought it was good.
Yeah. Yes.
Every single one of them said, "No, we played well. We didn't get the results. We were unlucky." We played well.
And I think Derek even said that even last week. He was like, "Dude, that Congo game right away." Like, dude.
Yeah.
Derek's been saying it, man.
Yeah. I was unimpressed in the friendlies in March. I was already worried in March.
Yeah.
Because it looked like this. It was slow.
But how do you not sit him for one game? Your group is Congo, Uzbekistan. You let him play all the games. He didn't sit.
It's amazing. No, we talked about it in the. I mean, look at how Belgium is using. Look at how Belgium's using Lukaku. And
exactly.
Look how effective Lukaku has been. He's been tremendously effective in this World Cup.
Right.
And Ronaldo could have been a similar dynamic with Ronaldo, and we would have gotten more production out of him.
You ready for a prediction you're not going to like?
Yeah.
Oh.
With Jorge Jesus coming in, I think Ronaldo's sticking around till the Euro.
I think so.
Maybe in a reduced role. Maybe Jorge Jesus is the one that can use him.
Which one of you said it last week? It was, if we're going to play for the penalty shots, wouldn't it make sense?
I said that. I've been saying that since last.
Yeah.
I've said that since the last World Cup. I thought that's why he was benched last World Cup, was for that specific reason.
Yes.
Yeah. But then the next game, he went right back into the starting lineup and did nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you got a striker who's just sold to Milan for 70+ mil, but let's not play him.
Played 6 minutes or whatever.
Let's not play him.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Young guy, he's
right
fresh.
There in front of you. It's right there.
Yeah. He's fresh. He wasn't. You know, he was essentially a bench player for PSG. Mm-hmm. So the guy didn't have the wear and tear of the year that other players did, and you could see that Bruno Fernandes looked broken down. Vitinha was done.
Yeah,
and he can lead a press, which is what Portugal desperately needed, was to press. Ramos can lead the press, even if he's not finished.
He had to take a different approach. It was something.
But there was no tactics.
No tactics.
Thing you sent us, Derek, was
from
right on. That quote from somebody that said from Belgium that there was never any tactics.
There was another comment where he said, "We're like, if things got tough, the strategy was pass it to Hazard, pass it to De Bruyne, get it to Lukaku. That was the strategy."
Yeah. The strategy here is pass it sideways, pass it
to Hazard.
Right. And it's criminal not to have something like, because you get more breaks now with the water breaks and all. So you see the game.
Yeah. Timeouts. You got it all.
First 25 minutes,
you can 4 quarters.
The first 25 minutes, you can see how they're playing. So it's like, guys, let's do this, let's do that, and then the second half, like you can sub and you can say, well, they're starting to come at us. They're pressure. Like this guy did nothing.
Nothing. There's nothing there. Yeah.
Other than panic against Croatia and throw 4 guys onto the field at once and leave the team completely chaotic for the rest of
That's the other red flag when he did that.
Yeah. That showed you that he's clueless.
That's a prayer. That's
he's
a Hail
completely
Mary.
Clueless. Yeah.
That's a Hail Mary. That's what that was.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No, he came here to be a yes man. The FPF wants a yes man.
Right.
It doesn't
think
they're getting that in JJ if they go that way.
He's a total cheerleader. Cheerleader.
It's exactly all he is a cheerleader.
Yeah, he'll put a positive. He would put a positive spin on a 3-0 loss.
Oh, he would.
Oh my God!
We lost, but we were the better. We lost 3-0, but we were the better team.
He's incredibly dishonestly positive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Didn't we tie Croatia leading up to the World Cup? I swear he twisted.
I think we lost.
Game. Oh, we lost at the end.
I think that was our last loss.
But he
before
twisted
the World Cup.
I got to see great guys. They got the good combination. I was like, dude, we just lost at home. Like, what? What's going on? Before the World Cup. Yeah. Like, what?
No.
I can't. I'm just glad I won't see his face anymore. I can't.
Yeah. Someone will give him a job.
I just told Mikey before we started, Derek, the rumor was Scotland is interested in him. And Mikey goes, don't ruin Scotland.
Don't ruin Scotland. They're a treasure. Don't ruin them.
No, I could see him at like one of those Arab countries or an African.
Well,
look at Kadaj is still kicking around.
Qatar, he can replace Lopetegui.
Yeah, like Qatar,
he might be an upgrade
perfect.
from Lopetegui. Who knows?
Yeah, that defensive go for penalty kicks. I think Greece will go all about it as long as you can get them in. Go to Greece or something. You know?
Yeah. Let's see, boys. I don't know. I don't
know. Yeah.
Now another question for you guys.
Yeah.
For the U.S. now, for their coach.
Yeah.
Do you think Pochettino stays?
It's up to him. It's all balls in his court.
Yes.
I think
he enjoyed himself. I'm not gonna lie. He looks like
he looked happy. He
looked happy. I didn't
happy.
think so before the tournament, but looking at him now, I think he might stay, and maybe he can correct the problems and be better in 4 years. Right. I have more faith in him than I would in Roberto Martinez, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a different question.
But he'll get to experience
CONCACAF.
what it's like to go to El Salvador and get hit with bags of piss.
Yeah, and Honduras.
During the game in World Cup qualifying. Now there's no automatic qualification. He's gonna learn what CONCACAF really is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It'll be an adventure for sure.
Yeah,
if he stays. If not, they fall back to another MLS coach.
When you go to Trinidad and Tobago and you're playing in someone's garden, he'll get to learn.
No, I think it was the right. I think it was the right move. I think
going with the more established
coach that's had success in Europe, I think that was the right thing to do, as opposed to just getting these MLS coaches.
He really embraced the project. I mean,
he did.
He's singing John Denver at the top of his lungs.
Oh yeah. He's growing his hair. He's growing his hair.
He's becoming an American.
He's
right
wearing
before
jeans.
He's loving the West Coast.
Yeah. No, I think he embraced it. Yeah, he went all in on it.
He did. Yeah, he did.
It was positive.
And the players bought into him. They played bad in this one game, but they bought into him, and they bought into what they were doing. And they played like a team until they didn't. But
yeah. I just always felt with American soccer, I still think the issue here is the infrastructure, the youth soccer infrastructure. I think is a massive obstacle.
There's no
in this country. I really do think that's
no foreseeable solution either.
There's no foreseeable solution.
No.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
If you think about it, like let's look at this World Cup now, right? There's 8 teams left, right? I count Morocco as a European team because all their players are born in Europe.
Yeah, and they play in Europe.
Seven of the 8 teams are from Europe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the infrastructure in Europe is outstanding. They have the academy infrastructure there.
Yes.
They have the La Masia. They have, Ajax's, youth academy. And then the Portuguese academies are fantastic. So these guys they're looking at these local teams, these kids that are 6, 7, 8 years old. And they invest in scouts that go out there and fish out this talent and bring them to these academies. And in these academies, you're playing on a daily basis. In some cases, you're living at the academy.
Right.
Where here in the United States, they're like, okay, give us $5,000 so your kid can practice 3 times a week for an hour.
Yeah, if you're not in one of the MLS academies,
so it's like. Yeah. Look at the 2 most impressive players in the United States. It's Balogun and Tillman.
Yeah.
Where did these guys grow up? They both grew up in Europe.
Yeah.
They both went to the academy systems in Europe.
Let's be honest. Yeah. Where did Pulisic and McKinney really grow up?
Exactly.
They grew up in Europe also. They went over very young.
So it's like, unless you're willing to adopt that kind of model and have really invest in these academies and invest in scouting and unless you develop a similar infrastructure, you're always going to lag behind. That's just how I feel. It's not when you get to the level where these guys are 20 years old. It's what these guys are doing when they're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's what makes the difference.
Right.
I mean, look at what Sporting did with Ronaldo. The guy was living, come to live at the Alvalade at 12 years old, some kid from Madeira Island. And look what he turned out.
Exactly.
And look how things turned out. It's got to be something like that, guys. It's just this whole thing about give me $5,000, your kid will practice 3 times a week for an hour and a half, and he'll become
play 7 games on the weekend.
A professional footballer. Yeah, I mean,
we'll fly across the country to play 3 games on Saturday.
I mean, I've gone through this whole shit with my kid. So it's like I see how it is, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, it's not. It's crazy what it is here, and there's no solution. That's the problem. Is you really can't change it.
No.
There's too many people making money, and there's too many decision makers.
They've monetized it.
They've monetized it.
They looked at it as an
back.
opportunity to make money.
There's no going back at this point.
As opposed to developing, but that's just America's way when it comes to.
And it's happening in other sports too, and it's a big reason the Europeans in basketball are taking over.
Yes,
because the AAU basketball is exactly the same.
Yes,
and there's people leeching onto these kids and trying to ride their coattails into their own, for their own gain.
Right.
And I don't. You guys listen to sports radio?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I know here. This is what I hate about the World Cup now is when the mainstream media decides to pop into this sport.
Yeah.
Hang on, they're gonna love it for a little bit, and then we lose, and it sucks. The sport sucks.
The sport sucks. Yeah.
I don't know. Up here, right? Felder and Maz are on the Sports Hub, and Felder's saying the most asinine, obvious, some things that are obvious, but then the solutions are so asinine. The idea that if a guy is 7'2" in the NBA, he's not going to play this game. Like those are not just because LeBron James is American doesn't mean he would have been playing soccer if he grew up somewhere else. He's a 6'9" soccer player almost doesn't exist. Everybody does point to the issue with youth soccer. Nobody has a solution. Nobody even has an idea. And I don't know. And then I just hate when it goes back to, the NFL starts in 8 weeks. And it's like, just stay away from the sport if that's where you're going to go. If you genuinely are getting into it, everybody's welcome to get into this sport. It's fun to watch with people that are like, oh, okay, I actually kind of like this now. And they get that momentum of a World Cup. Yeah. And then you lose and it's like, well, that's it. But then I think about it and we're kind of like that in American sports because I know here the Celtics lose. Whatever. The Patriots are only four months away. I don't know. Are they talking about soccer at all in Philly, Mauricio? No. No. Now that FAN, they're not talking about it.
They were talking about it, how the games have been good. Like during the radio station, like there's this one radio during the middays that will talk about it. How they've been betting on games. They've all been fun to watch and stuff. But now since the U.S. got out, it's crickets.
Yes, it's back to anymore. This sport will never make it here anyway. We don't like real sports.
They bring up football like, hey, one more till training camp. I'm like, dude, it's July. I'm like, I don't care about no damn training camp in August. I don't care. Like, so that's the same thing here.
There's a difference between the American sports fan and
and the soccer fan.
I mean, I like all the sports. I do. I watch all the sports. There's a sport I don't watch. Too. But nothing compares to my passion for these guys.
No,
nothing compares to my passion for sport. No. There's no like sporting's 365 days a year.
Yeah.
There's like and like you don't see that, and I see that with all my friends and stuff. They don't share that kind of passion.
No, they tune out when the team.
They don't live. They don't.
That's
live
really what happens.
My friends don't understand that a World Cup for me is more important than a Super Bowl. I might get beat up in my city, but guess what? That's just the way it is, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Yeah. And there are a lot of people here that, and like to echo what you said, I know a lot of guys who all of a sudden they like soccer when the World Cup comes along.
Yeah.
And then when the World Cup goes away, another 4 years, that's it. There's so much soccer that happens in between the World Cups.
Yes.
That is totally ignored.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a different. The casual fan comes in for the World Cup.
Yeah, the casual.
And we
fan.
get these massive TV audiences.
They put on a Portugal jersey. Oh, I love Portugal. All right. Can you name one player outside of Ronaldo? No, I can't. Okay.
It's crazy because we get these massive TV audiences, right? 39. Now we're getting up close to 40 million to watch the U.S. men play. Like that's insane. Yeah. When you think about it, that beats that beats the NBA finals.
Yeah,
that number.
Anytime.
People are but there's a lot of casual fans. That's why the Super Bowl's the event it is, because people tune in just for that event.
Just for that.
The casual fan comes in. The World Cup now has that same designation. I don't think it'll ever go back to when we were younger and soccer was like the foreign sport and and people actively. But I was talking to
stigma. There was a stigma.
Talking to my friends in Canada about this because their media is doing kind of the same thing since Canada's gone out. And it's like, oh, this sport's stupid anyway. Let's get back to it. And it's aggravating because people do like the sport. The problem is the audience is fragmented. You have Premier League fans, you have Serie A fans, you have casual fans that only watch the international game who come in every 4 years or every 2 years. You have fans that go to their MLS team every single weekend, don't miss a game, home or away. There's so many different types of fans. But if you add them all together, there's a big fan base for this game here. And a lot of people do know the sport. There's these dinosaurs in the sports media, these baby boomers that still are hanging on to this hate for our sport. Here in Boston, it's Shaughnessy and Bob Ryan, and they're celebrating when the United States is knocked out. Or you have the fans in Portugal; they drive me nuts that are waiting for Portugal to lose to get out so they can literally celebrate.
So this happened here. There was a social media hit that went in Philly. So there was a Phillies post-game show, and this guy was on the radio. His name is Ben Davis. He's a former catcher. And they were saying how much money the soccer's bringing in revenue-wise and what these players make and all. And his son is a younger kid, teenager. He's playing for USA Baseball and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, that's fine. My kid's not playing that. He's not playing soccer, never will. And then people were like, see, that's your problem, dude. You think right away, because you're on a radio, like on macho,
that you're an authority.
My guy's not going to play soccer. Like, it has nothing to do with it. We're just telling you it's a good game. You can make more money if you're athletic and stuff. We're not trying to tell you, like, soccer is not like, that's what bugs me.
No, there's still people that are very dismissive.
You get the guys that are like, oh, dude, he's falling down. Or I'm like, what do you think happens in the NBA? I'm in Philly. You know how many times I see Embiid flop and he falls to the ground? Or I see a person on this. I'm like, come on. Like, you think those are the only guys that do that or do that? Like, and that's what
it does. Exactly. And it's a certain type of person because you know what? The NFL players, the NBA players, they like soccer.
Yes.
They're watching it. They're tweeting about it. Tom Brady's been all over this World Cup,
Right.
Yeah.
It's they respect. I think athletes respect athletes.
They do.
These academic, elitist journalists are the ones that have their ideas. And they think they're smarter than everybody else. The Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Colin Cowherd actually had Bruce Arena on this week. They had a decent conversation. And he actually is respectful, but then he's like, I'm not going to watch this until the next World Cup, though. And, and I guess that's fine. That's fine if that's where someone's at. But it's just there's a need to like please their audience to make sure they fire a few jabs also. If they're going to talk positively about soccer, then they got to but it's never going to catch. Nobody believes that we're going to catch the NFL in popularity. No. We understand that's an anomaly. That's in a league of its own. It's an entertainment spectacle. It is, and it's entertainment. That's the main difference.
I think Derek hit it on the head. It's a lot more casual fans because a lot of my friends that I played soccer with, they'll be like, yeah, I'm a soccer guy, but you're cheering for England, Germany, Italy. Oh, I'm part this, I'm part that. I'm like,
there's that element here too.
You can't name me 5 guys on that team, but on top of it, you don't follow a club team.
Yeah,
you're a soccer guy. Like, you're not a soccer guy.
The over 40 team I started playing on, we have a group text, and one guy is saying, literally being serious, that Pochettino needs to put a sweeper. And another guy is like, you haven't watched a soccer game since high school, have you, in the early 2000s? They get into it, but they're so disconnected from it.
Right.
They're like, where's the sweeper? Why are they playing zone? It's hilarious to see, and then you add in these VAR rules that are new that some of us are even like the corner kicks. I had forgotten corner kicks were going to be reviewed or the new 5-second violation where the goalie holds it too long and now it's a corner kick if he takes too long. And so if we're even forgetting these people who tuned out for 3.5 years are, and of course that goal and going back to that Argentina, that turns people off. That's the kind of thing that turns people off to the sport. when they see, yes, he got stepped on, and we've gotten so used to any kind of touch on someone's foot, on the top of somene's foot being called, especially in the Portuguese league.
That's a yellow card.
Yeah. Yeah, it's we're reviewing way back. That thing was 40 seconds earlier, and it was a tiny little foul, and 6 players had a chance to stop the play before that happened.
If he just makes one little pass to someone, they probably don't even bring it back. It's because he ran all the way.
He made that amazing run, right?
Right.
Yeah, he made that amazing run. Effectively, yeah.
But if he makes one little pass, you won't review it. Like, that's what we're debating about. That's the reason. Like,
and then the thing is, again, going back to the Portuguese fans, I can't stand and my club's fans are the worst at this. I mean, you saw some of Benfica. I hate that with a passion. I hate that so much.
I hear that.
And I don't tune in that much to the national team in between the summers. And when it's those international breaks in September, because I do the podcast and we do Tuga Tuesday, and I'm watching the club games so closely. Yeah. When it's an international break, it's a break. And these qualifying games don't interest me that much. And friendlies, I have no time for.
No, friendlies. Right. Yeah,
but when we get to the tournament, how are you not into it? And if you don't like just stay away. Yeah. Like, why do you wait for them to lose and be knocked out to come in and then celebrate it and say Messi's the GOAT just to antagonize people? Listen, I guess we haven't even got to really this, but Ronaldo, whatever you want to say about him right now, has been, I don't even think it's arguable. He's been the best player that's come out of Portugal in, I'm getting a little bit of an echo. I don't know why, but
ever.
Yeah, okay. But he's the best player that's
ever. I mean, I think
the best ever. And this is true, and people fight this, but he put Portugal on the map. We remember when Portugal didn't go to World Cups.
Right.
Yeah.
We watched other teams. We were those fans. Oh, I guess I'm rooting for Brazil this year. I guess I'm rooting for France, because we weren't there.
Right.
We'd go to a Euro, and we'd, that would be good. And we played good in Europe, but we didn't get to the World Cup. We wouldn't get out of the group if we did. Yeah. Now we're, 20 years later, we haven't missed a major tournament this century.
Yeah.
He has a lot to do with that, whether you want to admit it or not.
Of course. Yeah.
So I think respect has to. Yes, that doesn't mean that he should play 90 minutes. I don't think anybody is advocating for that, except for the Ronaldo fanboys that come, that live on the internet. No, you don't even know who they are. But there should be some more respect. You see the way the Argentines cherish Messi.
They do. Yeah.
We trash our player, and I don't like that.
No. Listen, what's he supposed to do if the coach doesn't sub him? He's going to stay in the game. That's
exactly. It's not his job to take his.
No, it's not his job. No.
No, it's not his job, and that's why I don't blame him. It's the coach.
No, I don't blame him either. If I were fit like him at 41, I would keep doing it too.
Right.
Yeah.
If I could play against 40-year-olds like he plays against these guys, I would. Never mind against professionals at the top of their game.
Right?
Exactly.
But anything else you guys want to throw in tonight? We've been going for over an hour.
Yeah. No, I think that this World Cup confirmed that there's sort of a different world order when it comes to world football. I mean, growing up, even before I got into soccer, for decades and decades, these 3 teams won 13 World Cups: Germany, Italy, and Brazil. And right now, at this point in time, each of these teams, we're talking bad about Portugal, but each of these teams are going through their own crisis.
Mm-hmm.
They're no longer contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is a new world order to football.
Yeah.
This isn't the old guard. The old guard is dead right now.
Yeah.
Will these teams come back? Probably, but right now, this is a new world order. France is sort of just leading the way now.
Yeah. We haven't even touched on Brazil. They have a lot to do.
Yeah, they have a lot.
They got to get back to being Brazil.
Oh my God!
They're trying to be European.
God, look at Germany.
Yeah.
They need to get back to being Brazil, being
creative.
Being
I mean, you saw that in the game against Norway. They're going through an identity crisis.
They really are.
They're going through an identity crisis. In Italy, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what
that's
to say
a whole
about
nother
Italy.
one.
Those guys are in the middle of the ocean.
The Brazil needs to get back to being flamboyant. They're
absolutely.
not
even.
they
got to play Brazil. They got to be themselves. Yeah.
To quote Quaresma again, he told somebody that, I don't know if he was on TV in Portugal or in Brazil, but he was speaking to a Brazilian reporter who was asking a question. He says, Brazil stopped being Brazil. Don't try to be who you're not. Be who you are. And he says he always looked up to the Brazil national team, and right now he can't identify with this team.
This is a crisis.
I see Portugal kind of going down that same road right now. It's the way that we've been playing. I can't identify with this lack of effort, with this lack of pride when they play. It's very hard to.
Well, listen, I have my neighbor right next to me is Brazilian. He said right away, even after their first game with Morocco, he was like, "You, as a Brazilian, you can see your team and you could tell that's not a winning team." He goes, "We've seen the Romario, Ronaldo,
Ronaldinho,
Rivaldo, and all. Yeah, no, those aren't the guys.
It's not.
They know their identity, and they know there's a crisis there. Like these guys aren't. Yeah. This isn't it. They know it.
Yeah. I think this World Cup just.
Oh, did we lose him?
His time was up. He can't go past an hour.
We'll wait for him for a second. But I was saying, like, Brazil, there's something lacking because Brazil is not Brazil.
Right.
They don't.
But he made a mistake. Ancelotti made a mistake like Martinez. Everybody, I think, believed Neymar shouldn't have been on this team.
I agree. He was a problem.
There was a problem, and he was hurt all year. And instead of bringing him on, you decide not to bring on a top quality forward as in a João Pedro at Chelsea all year.
Yeah.
And he didn't make it, which was a guy you probably could have used.
I feel that Ancelotti's hand was forced when it comes to Neymar.
So do I. I feel like it was the federation.
Same way that Ronaldo, the hand is forced when it comes to Ronaldo.
And I feel like Portugal, it's the federation, just like with us.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you at all. Hold on a sec. Well, this might. You want to try logging out and logging back in and see if we can hear you? All right, I'm gonna talk while Mauricio tries to get back in, and hopefully Derek can get back in. But yeah, well, I'll talk about Brazil for a while because there's something missing with Brazil being this average. Okay, Brazil is supposed to be a marquee game in the World Cup, and that sea of yellow is following them around, but the Jogo Bonito is not there. The Ginga is not there. I think Brazilian players are going to Europe too young. I think they're losing their identity, like we were just saying. Now some of them not even playing in. Hey, I can hear you again. All right,
good. Me?
Yeah. So I was saying, Brazilian players are going to Europe too young, in my opinion. I think they're losing their identity. They're losing the Ginga, the Jogo Bonito. They don't. They're just wearing the Brazil kits now. They're not being Brazil. Well, Brazil is supposed to attract. It's supposed to be magnetic and attract everybody to their games. And you stop everything to see Brazil play.
I feel like the European teams are invading the Brazilian league and taking their young kids away.
Yes, that's what it is. And the money is talking. They're bringing same Portuguese on a smaller scale are doing the same thing with our young players. We're selling them too early. They're going off to England and to Germany and becoming more Northern European style players, more physical.
Right.
And what was great about the World Cup in the old days was each team kind of played their own style. Now everyone kind of plays the same.
Right.
So
like Italy had their quality, Germany had their type of game, stuff like that. It's like now everyone is pretty much copying each other.
Yes, exactly. I think Brazil really needs to resolve their identity crisis because I think the World Cup needs a better Brazil. Yes. I feel almost like we're not getting, a full World Cup the last couple times.
Well, I feel like it's kind of a letdown that we're going into this next round and there's only one South America team left.
Exactly.
There should be more.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not the knock on any of the teams that are left, but it should be more. Like a Colombia should be there. A Uruguay should be there. Teams like that, like they were like Colombia did what they did whatever. But Uruguay was disappointing. Ecuador was disappointing. So it's like you said. It's like they need to get back to who they are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. I think we can go before our connection completely falls apart. I don't think Derek's coming back.
No.
Maybe his phone died.
Right.
But any final thoughts before we sign off?
Nah, man. I think Derek hit it on the head before he left.
You want to do a review of the quarterfinals sometime?
We can. How about before you go? Who do you like winning in the matches?
Okay, let's go down each one. Why don't we do our prediction, Nino style?
Let's do it.
Hold on, let me pull them up so I don't get this wrong. Where are they? Okay, so Tuesday is the first game is what?
France
tomorrow.
and Morocco.
France and Morocco. This is probably the best matchup
of
the round. I think this is a dangerous game for France.
So do I.
I like France to win it still. I think they're the best team. I think they're the deepest. But they looked vulnerable against Paraguay because they just got kicked all game long.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think Morocco resorts to that. They got a lot of quality. But who knows? I still see too much firepower in France to doubt them, though. I think France will they'll eke it out. I don't know if it's in extra time, but a 1-goal win here, 2-1, 3-2, something along that line.
I was thinking 2-1 as well.
Yeah.
2-1.
All right. So that's tomorrow. That's Thursday's game. Let's go to Friday. Spain and Belgium. I don't know that I should doubt Belgium anymore, but I think Spain, without conceding a goal, it's hard to pick them to lose. I don't think they're going to be held scoreless either. So I don't see this being 0-0 like Portugal tried to do. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Spain find a way to win this, maybe 2-1 as well. And then you get that Spain-France semifinal that should be very entertaining for us.
I feel like Spain reminds me of our Euro team that won, where they're relying more on the defense. And I can see them winning 1-0 again against Belgium.
Yeah, I can see that also. Unless Belgium get an early one and make they got a real early one against the United States.
If I was Belgium, I'd play the same way.
Oh yeah, I would
bring
too.
Those guys off the bench again.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very good game plan by Rudy Garcia there.
Yes.
Amazing what a good coach can do, like we said.
Right.
All right, let's go to Saturday's 2 games now. Norway, and I want Norway. Although most Benfica fans want Norway out so those guys can come back because we got important games very soon, which I'm not ready for a European season already because I've been watching this intently. I think England's got too much, though.
Bellingham showed me a lot in that Mexico game.
Yeah, I thought if England were going to slip up against someone other than it was going to be in Mexico.
So did I.
I thought the altitude was going to get to them. I thought the humidity was going to. They just went out there and they did it.
And
they
Bellingham pretty much showed everyone why I am who I am at Real Madrid.
Exactly. And then Mexico put up a good fight, but
they did.
But England's strong. I mean,
I could see England winning 2-0 this game.
Yeah, I'll say 3-1.
I think it's the one game that holds Holland because they're familiar.
You think they're going to hold Holland?
Because they're familiar with him.
That's true. He's basically English. Let's be honest. He was born in England, I think, and he grew up there. But yeah, I could see that. And then you got at night. We got a late game on Saturday. We got Argentina, Switzerland. I don't think Argentina fall yet.
I don't either.
Too much is going their way.
I feel like every game there's a scary moment. I feel like there's going to be probably another scary one.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they find a way again. I feel like they're going to win 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm impressed with about them, aside from what I said earlier, they don't panic. They're down 2-0 with 10 minutes to go, and they're still playing. Nobody's running around crazy. The coach is not screaming at the top of his head. They just trust themselves to figure it out.
That's the perfect word because that's the word I was going to use. It's the panic. Like they're calm.
Mm-hmm.
It's feel like they know the minute on the clock. They don't care. To them, it's I got plenty of time.
If the final whistle hasn't blown, there's plenty of time. Exactly.
Right. To them, it's plenty of time.
They're on some crazy winning streak too. They're on a record winning streak right now.
They are,
which is insane. I think they're at like 12 or 13 straight wins.
Right.
And I mean, right now Messi's still on form. How can you doubt them right now? He finds a way.
He really does.
Even if it's just once in a game, he doesn't squander it.
Right. And the thing is, he gets the chance.
Yeah.
He buries it. That's what you got to do. That's what good team. That's what good. And that's why I sent the text to you guys. That's what good teams and good players do. That's what
exactly. And I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Argentina get through 2-1
against
Switzerland. Switzerland will make it interesting, but
I think so too.
Too much is going in Argentina's favor.
It really is. Yeah, it really is.
It's hard to bet against them. All right, then maybe Sunday or Monday night we can do another one and recap the quarterfinals heading into the semis. This thing's almost over.
I know.
Crazy. You wait all these years for it, and it goes by
It goes by quick like a flash.
Yeah. All right, then. Thanks for being here, Mauricio. Derek, wherever you are, thank you for joining us, too, tonight.
Yeah,
we went a little long, but this was fun. And we'll be back soon. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And take care, everybody.
All right. See you,
good night.
man.
See ya.